Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Today's lesson is called See What You Learn, where we will be showing what we learn through drawings and thinking maps. But before we begin, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Jordan Myron. I'm from Minnesota in the United States. You can see where it is on the map in red. I arrived in Israel in August. I'm an artist and an art teacher, and I love to do yoga. All right, let's get started. What are we going to do today? Today, we will answer the question, what is a thinking map? Then we will look at bubble maps and double bubble maps and practice using them to show information from a text in a way that looks great. We'll read some texts and use thinking maps to show information from them. Then you will make your own thinking map with the text that you choose. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to use bubble maps and double bubble maps to show information. You will be able to use color, size, and pictures to help people read your thinking map. And you will be able to create your own thinking map from a text. What do you need to prepare for this class? You need colored pencils, a pencil, and a notebook. Take 1 minute to gather your materials. Do you have all of your materials? Great. Let's get started. Before we begin, let's just take 1 minute to do something a little bit different. Look at the 2 pictures on the screen. There are 6 differences between them. Can you find them all? Take just 1 minute to see if you can find all the differences. Did you find all of the differences? Let's see how you did. Here are all the differences. The reason we did this is just to wake up our eyes a little bit before we start. Are you ready? Let's begin. To start, think and answer this question in your notebook. What is a thinking map? Did you think? Do you think you have a good answer? If you're not sure, that's okay, because I'm about to tell you. You've probably seen these before. You see a bubble map, also called a sun map, and something called a double bubble map. Both of these are thinking maps. They help us organize our thoughts. What is a bubble map or a sun map? Bubble maps are used to show information about one thing or one idea. In the middle of the bubble map is the main idea or the topic. The bubbles on the outside show information and adjectives about that idea. Let's practice making one right now with this text. Geese are large birds with long necks. They are related to ducks and swans. That means they're in the same family. All geese have webbed feet. They live on and near lakes, ponds, and small rivers. There are both tame and wild geese. Tame geese are bred and raised by people. Wild geese are not. Wild geese are great flyers. They migrate or travel long distances. They form a V shape in the sky. Tame geese can flap their wings, but usually they cannot fly. Geese are noisy birds. They honk instead of quacking like ducks. Here is a bubble map I started about geese. You can see the circle with the fat line around it says geese, and the circle with the thin line says noisy to describe geese. Copy this map into your notebook, then add more information based on the text from the next slide to finish the bubble map. Here's the text. Take 4 minutes to add to the bubble map, and then we'll practice using the double bubble map too. All right, have you finished? With this exercise, you practiced making a bubble map with this text. Do you feel like you know a little bit more about geese? Great. Let's move on and practice with the double bubble map. A double bubble map is kind of like a bubble map, but we use it to show information about how two things are the same and different. Like a bubble map, we have the center bubbles that show two main ideas or topics. The bubbles in the middle show how those two topics are the same, and the bubbles on the outside show how those things are different. Let's practice again by looking at two different kinds of geese. White geese. White geese are wild geese. They live in northern North America and Russia. These geese migrate. They are all white except for the black on the ends of their wings. They also have red-orange beaks and feet. Black geese. These geese live in North America, Northern Europe, and Asia, and in the Hawaiian Islands. They have black faces and necks. They also have black on the ends of their wings and black or dark gray legs and feet. The rest of their body is a mix of brown and white. Black geese also migrate long distances. They also travel in large flocks. They eat fish and insects, green vegetables, and grains. Now we're going to create a double bubble map with white geese and black geese. I've started one here for you. You see how black geese and white geese are both wild. But white geese are mostly white and black geese are mostly black or brown. Copy this map, then finish it with information from the text on the next slide. Here's your text. Now finish your double bubble map. Have you finished your double bubble map? Did you learn something about white geese and black geese? It's good practice to do the bubble map and the double bubble map because it helps us organize our thoughts and our ideas. But thinking maps and double bubble maps and bubble maps, they're helpful, but they don't always look great. You can make your thinking maps look amazing and also easier to read by using these tricks. You can use different colors. You can make things different sizes, so you can make them bigger and smaller. And you can use pictures. Let's look at a couple of examples of how to use these tricks. Here is a double bubble map. On one side, we see the desert, and on the other side, we see water. The desert is all in yellows, and water is all in blues. So we can see that they are two different ideas. In the middle, we see a gray-blue color to show that these things are the same for both ideas. We also see that the main idea is bigger than the details and things describing the main idea. And we have beautiful pictures behind the desert showing the desert and cactuses and a camel. And behind the water, we see fish and coral. So we really get a good idea of what we're looking at. Here's a bubble map I made about geese. In the middle, again, I have the main idea in a big bubble. Then, around it, I have details in smaller red bubbles. Then, on one side, I show different kinds of geese in even smaller bubbles where it says tame and wild. And then, just so that everyone knows that I'm talking about geese, I added a picture of a goose. So you see, it's easy to make thinking maps and make them look cool. What did we learn today? Today we learned about bubble maps and double bubble maps. We learned how to make thinking maps. And we created a bubble map and a double bubble map from our text. Then we learned some tricks to make thinking maps look great. So now you're going to make a thinking map with your own text that you choose. Find a text that you are interested in. Try looking in your English textbooks, or you can go to timeforkids.com for news articles that are written for kids in English. You'll use this text to create your own mind map. Take a minute and just look for a text that you want to make a mind map about. Did you find a text? Great. Now, use the text you found. Create your own thinking map. You can use colored pencils and markers to create it in your notebook. Or, if you want, you can use a website like canva.com to create your thinking map. Take 10 minutes to read your text and create your thinking map. Have fun, and I'll see you in 10 minutes. You have 4.5 minutes left. If you haven't started your thinking map, you should start it now. All right. Have you finished your thinking map? Did you make it look great? I hope you had fun with that. Now you know how to find thoughts in a text and organize them and make them look great with anything. Write these sentences in your notebook if you feel like you can do them really, really well. I can use bubble maps and double bubble maps to show information. I can use color, sizes, and pictures to help people read my thinking maps. And I can create a thinking map from a text. How do you feel about these? Do you feel like you can do them? I hope so. But if you want more practice, now you know how. Thanks so much for watching, and come back again soon. Bye.